Hi everybody, it's Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing great. Welcome in to my subscriber, or welcome back to my subscribers, and welcome into anybody new. One of these days I'll get that right. Um, I'm on here today to do a flip through of a couple things. I'm late on this flip through because some people are getting the new magazine, but as you can tell, mine is still in its plastic. Now I have cut the top so I can pull it out. This is Crochet World Winter 2025. And I know that spring 2026 has started arriving at everybody's doors. So I need to get this flip through done. My friend said, you gotta do it, you need to get it done. For those of you who have happened to see one of my two videos that I put up in the last couple months, a lot's been going on in my life. I do apologize that I have not been here. It has been one of my roughest years yet. 2025 was, and I'm praying 2026 is going to be a rough year because it's going to be a year of firsts without. But I'll explain that in a minute. I've been ill a lot this last year. Turns out that I have a deviated septum, but I'm also inflamed. I was wondering why, like, you can't see me losing a lot of weight in my face, even though I've been losing some weight. Some of that is because I am inflamed all through my sinuses, especially on my left side. And my right side, I have like little teeny, um, we thought that I needed surgery. The doctor said if we got the swelling down, everything should be fine. Well, turns out I got really sick again. Actually, I never really stopped being sick. And then the worst thing in my life happened as of yet. And then I had to make it through all of it. And I just got really sick the day after. Well, the day of Christmas and the day after again, like I did last year. And I don't want to repeat last year, which is a whole lot of hardly any videos and being sick a lot. That my doctor called the ENT, my ear, nose, and throat, because I guess I didn't realize that after I saw the ENT when I was sick, I was supposed to let her know. They certain boundaries weren't set or weren't told. You know, I got a couple pages worth of things to read. I just kept on calling my doctor, and especially because of everything going on, I needed a doctor who understood what I was going through and who could fit me in and see me and get me on antibiotics. So, for the elephant in the room, for those of you who don't know, who have not seen my last video, my mom has been sick, and you guys know that. She's had sores on her legs. I've had to go help with her medicines. She's had home health people when my dad could get them. It's been a real struggle to get the help that my mom needed. She ended up in a nursing home that did not take very good care of her. It was supposed to be another time being in a rehab facility, turned out going into nursing home, more of a nursing home than rehab. And my mom ended up in the hospital with water on and around her lungs. She was sent back to the home. My dad thought she was going to be sent back to his house, but the home took her back. whole bunch of nobody talking and communicating the way that they should be, and my dad trying to um, trying to go and talk to the people he needed to talk to, and communication that he needed. And then my mom back in the hospital the Monday. Well, no, not the Monday before Christmas, but the Monday before that. And that was the day I saw my ENT. Actually, we left the ENT and went to the ER where my mom was, and she just did not look good at all. And if you guys know, I've talked about the fact that she started getting some dementia, and I honestly don't know what all I talked about on here and what was talking to my friends, because I didn't get a lot taped, but she was starting to have some memory issues and things over the last couple of years, to the point of asking me how my baby was, instead of my grown daughter. She really thought Emily was still a baby. Um, and doctor saying, "Oh yeah, she was at a new hospital than what she normally went to around here." Doctor saying, "Yeah, they got her on the right things. She should be doing fine. She should go home soon." And to the next thing we know, she was on hospice. She went into hospice care on the 18th, late at night. The 19th, I had a imaging. Wasn't an MRI or a CT, what they do when you have a baby, sonogram, is that what it is, of my arm, of an issue that I was having. And we went to hospice after that, and we all talked about, um, instead of Christmas and things like we normally would, we talked about what kind of service we were going to have for her, what we were going to do. My cousin who worked at the funeral home was there, and we all sat down and got everything arranged. And I didn't spend that night with my mom. I was supposed to, but something in me, I just couldn't do it that night. I wasn't feeling good. I didn't want to be there as sick as I felt all night. I came home and got a good night's sleep, and I went back the next day, packed, ready to stay with my knitting and crochet. And yeah, um, I spent the night with her last night, and she passed away on the 21st at 11:23 in the morning. We were all there. That was the good thing. My husband, my brother, my dad, the four of us were there. My nephew got there right after she passed, a little after she passed. I guess not right after, but a little after. He was on his way when we tried to call him. Everything has been a blur since then, except for the fact that my brother did have Christmas Eve at his house. We went there. We didn't have her a memory of life until January, celebration of life until January 9th, which was a Saturday. And yeah, I went there and I ended up not feeling well. My son-in-law was in the hospital. He had a collapsed lung, which they were able to fix, and he was able to come home on Christmas Day. We um, didn't have Christmas with the kids like we normally would. We went to my dad's. We took dinner there, dinner with my dad. Everybody ended up coming except for Emily and her husband. As far as family, my brother, Tammy, his partner, and my nephew and the kids. And when I went home that night, I felt really, really ill. I was really, really sick the next day. All I could think of was I had to get pictures and everything by the next Monday. I had to get the pictures done for the disc and everything. I got everything done. Um, got a hold of my doctor, got on antibiotics. And when those went out, he put me on more antibiotics. I was able to see him on New Year's Eve. Actually, he saw me, took care of me, and then signed another script when it ran out the Monday um, before her celebration of life. And I was like, there's no way on Saturday I will be full fledged sick again. So he sent me more meds. Anyway, in a nutshell, that's what's been going on. I've been trying to get better. I'm finally feeling a little better. I'm still sick. I'm sure you can probably hear it nasally. Um, Normally, I can't blow my nose because because of my deviated septum, goes through the back, and it's the most aggravating thing, feeling like you have to, but you can't. And I was actually able to yesterday, so that was a good thing. I'm trying to do some of the things the doctor said, but when they called me actually after I saw my doctor this last time because he let them know he saw me. I had been putting drops of oil in my ear because it had been completely impacted with wax. That was another thing going on. And for those who say don't use Q-tips, I know I use a Q-tip, but I don't put it any farther than right here. I don't push it with it. I had promised my doctor that from the day that I met him. He's like, I can tell you use Q-tips. I'm like, yes, but I only go through here. Every time I take a shower, I have wax that just flows. I can wake up in the morning and I can have wax because I have a lot of wax buildup. I have ever since I was little. I've always had ear problems. So, a little TMI, but it's just something that I have. So I will use it to go around. I tried one of those things that you can buy that's supposed to turn in your ear and get the wax out. I had something else that worked for a while that was a device that I could pull the wax out with, and I would get quite a bit of wax out with. But for whatever reason, my ear just filled with wax, and I think it had to do with being sick so much and everything that was going on. So, he pulled the wax out, and he wanted to let the auntie know that he did that because she was supposed to do that on my next visit. And because of the things going on now, she is thinking of surgery. Or before, she thought that all I had to do was all these things to help um, to get the inflammation down. But now she is thinking of surgery. So I will let you know if that happens because I will be down because I will have black and blue eyes for a while. I look like a raccoon, from what I've been told. Anyway, I digress. I am here to tell you about this, but I had to quickly tell you what was going on. Now, with that, I'm going to show you this, and I do have something else I want to flip through and show you as well if I have enough time. If not, I will just take it after this, and I'll put it up in a day or two. So, Crochet World 2025, and soon to come spring of 2025 or 2026 when I get it. I'm thinking it's still 2025 because my whole life is still in 2025. Holiday spirit, breathe, window chill. We're in the middle of window chill right now, let me tell you. It's been below. I'm curious to see what is the temperature right this. Let me see. 17 degrees. Better than being below. And, oh, looks like we may not get into the negatives tonight, so that's a good thing. I put on a very, very heavy top today. I've been wearing my pajamas. I figured I better get out of them today. Feeling a little better. I needed out of them anyway. Took a shower. It's been 2 days ago now. Can't take another one yet because I think my husband thinks the pipes froze because he put not a handheld heater, a small heater in the bathroom to warm it up because our whole house has been so cold because of the different construction and not having all the insulation around the whole entire house right now. And there's so many different things, and that would be another not going to go into there. It's really, really cold. So we've been piling on the blankets and heavier things than I normally do in the winter. So let's look at this. The first thing is the shepherd's knitting caps. Oh, mimic the look and feel of a knit cap with slip stitches in this simple design. Uh, beginning corner, so that means it's beginners, skill level, single color cap beginner, two color cap confident beginner, which you'll see a picture of both of those here in a second. Made with a size 4 yarn. They use Lion brand jeans. That's what I'm using to work on my husband's sweater. I'm really liking it. So there's the single color, and there's, see, they use the jeans that looks like the stitching, the yellowish here, and then the darker green there. That's the first one. If I forget anything, I am sorry. I know I try to hit all of everything when I show you these, but I may miss some things today. And I hope you're staying okay. It's very bright outside with the sun off of all the snow. We got like 8 inches of snow within hour yesterday. I think my husband said it was. So yeah, lots of snow. He was out there shoveling us out yesterday because he worked all weekend, and so it's brighter out than it normally is, and I can't do anything about that. We have lined curtains, and that's still what's coming in from the natural light. Woodland Amigurumi series. They've been doing this series over the, they've been the whole year. This is Declan the Deer. Declan is the last in the series of 5 woodland-inspired amigurumi dolls, complete with the little outfits. The previous dolls can be found starting in winter of 2024. So yeah, a whole year. Started last winter. I've loved them all. Declan the Deer, he is so cute. He makes a good addition to all of them. They all have the same type of look about them. There was a bear. I can't remember what all there was. And they all have clothes that come off. Because like here he is. Completely naked with his little sweater there. And he's got, oh, and his scarf. You can't see. The scarf is right next to the sweater hanging there on the line. He must have washed his clothes. Next thing is this is in the done in 1, 2, 3 skeins. Hump block, reverse block, and underneath block. And it is 3 blocks we give you in this issue are packed with texture and thick, making them perfect for cold weather projects. The first thing I thought it was a trivet or a hotbed. It's made out of Lion brand Vanna's Choice medium weight acrylic yarn. And I forgot to tell you, Declan, it was made out of Lion brand Color Theory medium weight acrylic yarn. So all of the ones they showed were made with medium weight yarn. This one here, does it tell you? I can't tell. I'm thinking this first one is the hump block. Yeah. It's like got these, the name on them, but that one they just did not have. Must have thought that we just knew, I guess. So there's the reverse block right there. And this here is the underneath block. I may have to make those. I like those. And I think those would make very, very good trivets or hot pads, like I was thinking. And plus they would look good in a blanket or whatever you would want to make out of blocks. So many different things. You can make a sweater, you can make a cardigan. These I like. This would have been nice. evergreens, and this is in the Scraps Delight. Turn squares into trees that stay evergreen. Each layer of the tree is a square folded in half, diagonally and sewn, and the layers are stacked one upon another. And the materials on this is Omega Atono, which I've never used, medium weight cotton yarn, and then you also need a size G hook. I'm trying to get past there. A 3.5 inch diameter wood slice or size desired, one per tree, although they've got 2 trees on these. 3.5 inch diameter wood slice. You said that already. 8 inch long and 6.5 inch long small sticks with a 1/4 inch in diameter. Hot glue gun with glue sticks or wood glue. Drill and bits with the same diameter as sticks. And wire cutter. I would have to get my husband to help me with this one to get the bases done. There they are. Aren't they nice? I really like the one done in the more of the granny stitch type pattern, but I like them both. Here is just, I'm assuming those are single crochets on there. Cut wood slices from a fallen branch or purchase them online or in craft stores. They do have slices like this very well available in Hobby Lobby every year when we've gone there when I used to get my beads. Uh, my only thing is I wouldn't know how to get sticks on there, which is where I would need my husband's help. Next, learn Bruges lace. Crochet tutorial 101. So here's the first page on that. I'm not going to give you all the directions and stuff, but it shows you the beginning of Bruges lace and a little chart, traditional tape symbol diagram here. Stitch key, which is a chain and double crochet. And then look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this butterfly. Butterfly placemat made out of Bruges. I'm saying it wrong, but Bruges lace. Bruges. Say, tell me how you say it, but I'm not good at reading phonetically as well. But you can try. Tell me what it rhymes with. Ooh, crochet tutorial 101. This is still in the lace. A spiral cowl. Now that is gorgeous. I love that. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Dress up anything you want to wear. You can wear your summer halter dress and put that around it. For in the summertime when you're in an air-conditioned building. In the wintertime if you want to dress it up to wear it in the winter. Oh, that's beautiful. Practice your new Bruges lace skills with this beautiful cowl design. And with this they used Red Heart Shimmer medium weight acrylic metallic polyester yarn. Wow. Or universal yarn Swiss mohair in a super fine weight acrylic mohair nylon yarn. Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay. And then here it is again, but they've folded it over on top of itself a little bit differently. I think that's the same. Yeah, that's the same one, but it's more folded over. Makes it look more solid. They have the diagram in here. Annie's Attic Spotlight, Crochet Cubbies, Stackable Crochet Animals. Oh, this is a book. I almost bought it actually when I bought the last. What's in here? I thought of buying those. I came really close to buying that book, but I think maybe it wasn't on a really not as good of a sale as what I was getting, and I had like hardly any money at the time. Yarny Spotlight, Threads of Change by Britch Smizing. Okay. I'm not sure. This is while researching designs for issues, I sometimes stumble across unique websites and projects that catch my attention. I was stopped in my tracks, so to speak, when I saw several amazing button-up crocheted shirts. I had to find out more and dug in deeper. The tops spoke to me. A note before the release of this issue, a little birdie told me that there was a bit of changing happening, and Unravel and the Club Made are actually going to merge under the Club Made name. If you want to look into the team more closely, you may need to look under the merged business as well. So evidently, this is two different designers, um, which was Unravel and then the Club Made, and they're going to be under just the Club Made. Well, Edwin and Rachel have worked. Okay, I'm gonna have to sit down and read this, but I'm not gonna read it right now while I am talking to this. But this is one of the tops they're talking about, which sounds really cool. They showed 3 different pictures of it. Websites, www.unravel.com. And then it's got the Club Made, then Edwin J.A., and then I am Rachel Wan. Okay, product reviews. In here there are reviews of Shop Serenity by Jan, Granny Square Ornament. It's right here. Red Truck Fiber Co., which is right here. And then an advertisement. Now, Just Threads. This is one of my favorite parts of the magazine, is the Just Threads part. See, going into it. So a couple different things on that page, and then this, I'm going to say it's a placemat, maybe? Snowflake table mat, placemat table mat. So you can put it down to put things on top of it on the table. And that table mat is made with Lisbeth size 10 crochet cotton thread. This small mat is a great winter addition to your decor and can also be used for Hanukkah because the center of each motif is a 6-pointed star. See that? That is beautiful. Look at those stars. Absolutely beautiful. And then I can't show you this. It's a chart. It looks like it's for the next piece, maybe. Huh, is it? I can't tell, honestly. Beginning of repeat edging. Snowflake table mat. Okay, yeah. It's part of this. Oh, it's one of the squares. It's the boop. Just one of the squares. Next, we have a Christmas tree doily. I love this. I may have to make this, honestly. Christmas trees decorated with gold beads encircling a poinsettia like center is in this holiday doily. A lacy 2-colored scalloped border with picots finishes it off. Now, my best friend wants to make some doilies, and I'm thinking she may have gotten some inspiration from these. Normally, she doesn't go through her magazine until I have it up here, but since it's so late, I know she's gone through it already. Size 10 crochet cotton, 60 yards each green and white, 30 yards light. So you'll have to tell me, Kathy, if one of these is one of the inspirations that you want to make. Look at that. Those Christmas trees, some of them have beads, some of them do not. I think I would make it all without beads because I think if you're going to set anything on it, it would make it hard to set something on there if it had the beads. But if I was to hang it on the wall with the beads would be beautiful. Next is an Erwin doily. This gorgeous extra large doily will make a lovely centerpiece for your table this winter and holiday season. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You want to make some doily and things, a table runner and a doily and stuff for my niece, Katie, but right now I'm so into making stuff for her kids. Materials, Suchi's Legacy number 8 crochet cotton thread. That's made out of, and the next couple pages are the pattern for that. And now a woven snowflake ornament. Oh, this is pretty. I think I may have to make. Wow. This has got to be intermediate. A very confident beginner. I guess I can see that. Let me tell you what it's made with before I show you the picture. Omega Dahlia super fine fingering weight mercerized cotton thread. Size 1.75 millimeter steel crochet hook. Tapestry needle fabric stiffener. That's the thing. I'm not good at using fabric stiffener. Um, I think I've tried the glue method and it didn't work very well. 25 rust proof pins, 12-inch square aluminum foil, 12-inch square cardboard foam core board, cork board, and hot glue gun and glue sticks. All of that to make this beautiful snowflake. Look at that. Oh, once I get my space open in the back and have a table to work at, I would love to try and make that. So gorgeous. Have to actually weave the center. Look at that center. Mm. You have to crochet the thread and then make it into. That's it. You have one page of directions on that. Wow. Okay. Next, we're in Deck the Halls. One of my favorite parts. Christmas tree stocking. Designed by, I saw this on Annie's. And I'm making something that I bought a pattern for, and I'm like, that had to have come out of a Crochet World, and I bet you I probably have it. And I saw it because I remember seeing the pattern before, and was like, I want to make that, but I ended up buying it because it didn't say like in the description when you were looking at the pattern on Annie's Attic, it didn't tell you like what um magazine it may have come out of. But these I remember seeing on there as, oh, I want to make those. And I'm so glad I did not buy the patterns. I'm very glad I did not buy the patterns. This timeless and creative take on the classic stocking will look lovely on the mantle. Where I agree with that. For me, it would never replace the stocking. But there is the Christmas tree stocking. Christmas tree with just one little space to put a little something in it. Now, maybe if like you were giving an expensive piece of jewelry or something in a stocking with nothing else, but stockings are my favorite part of Christmas this year. We didn't dig out the stockings with everything going on. We weren't sure, my husband wasn't sure where to find them. We had too much stuff going on, so he didn't dig them out. So he put stuff in little bags, which was okay, but I was opening the bag going then, oh, this is my stocking. This is our last thing. Normally we open the gifts and then the very last thing we do is open stockings where you find all the little tiny, things. And like with my mom, it would always be a piece of jewelry and something, and then the candy, and stuff because my mom sold Avon. So yeah, or, the little lip gloss and stuff. So my stocking is always my favorite, very favorite last thing to do. But yeah, I saw that on there. And then here it is close. Another thing I had seen, which I'm assuming it's going to be in here because it's in the decking, is this pillow here. But I'm sure it's the next time we come up. Here it is by itself without anything in the pocket. I like it just as a decoration, without putting anything in the pocket. I was actually thinking of getting it and just making the back and hanging it as a Christmas tree and maybe making a little um, tree stump for underneath it. And I saw this on there too, and I wanted to buy it. I'm so glad I didn't. Tunisian holiday pot holders. Aren't they pretty? I do want to make these. I want to make these so much. I am so glad I did not buy these. And they're made with Premier Yarns home cotton medium weight cotton polyester yarn. Okay, next we have the Christmas Snow Afghan, and I remember seeing this as well. I think they have this in a kit, or they did have it in a kit. Beautiful. And that is made out of Red Heart Super Saver medium weight acrylic yarn. Going a little bit quicker here. C2C Christmas blanket. I remember this on there as well. I believe a lot of these they had in kits. And they just had them on sale. They've been having their kits on sale a lot. I know they just had I got a text one of the last times to get some of these kits that they're taking off, getting rid of for good. So I would go and look. If you see these and you think, oh, I would love to do that, now is the time to go look because they may be clearancing them out. Here is a closer look at the gingerbread and then the reindeer up there. And down here you've got the trees. This would be one that you could pick out and make different things, like make a table runner just out of that. It says it has to be, and there it is all together in the red and white. And here it is in green and white. All these different ideas. You could even change around, like if you wanted to make this blanket for everybody, you could change around how you piece it together. Now here we go, the retro wreath pillow. This is the pillow that I showed you, designed by Kristen Stoltzfus Clay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have not been telling you the designers on all of these. Again, like I said, I would probably forget something. It's been a while. You have to forgive me. Made out of Omega Sinfonia Light DK Weight mercerized cotton yarn. Again, there you go. I have a friend who does her home in like these colors, except for instead of pink, it's peach and a light green, seafoam green. Now this I love. Twinkle Lights blanket. Cozy up with the retro-inspired crochet Christmas blanket, bursting with bold nostalgic hues and playful strings of color and Christmas lights. And this is designed by Claire Goodale. Premier Yarns, anti-pilling, everyday worsted medium weight acrylic yarn right there. That is pretty. I like that. And I love it in those colors. This would be fantastic in my friend's house. Next, we have, oh, that's the end of that. We're going into layers of warmth. I like this. A wrapped hood designed by Deborah Arch. Exquisite texture and drape are stitched using a one-row pattern repeat to create a super warm hooded accessory with scarf ends wrapped and tied around one's neck. The hood can be worn for protection from cold winds or slid back off one's head for a trending tied cowl or warmer days. On warmer days. Oh, made with Plymouth yarn, worsted merino superwash, medium weight merino wool yarn. 5 hanks of it. There you go. Look at that. I love that. I made myself, I love Outlander. I found a crochet pattern, the Outlander cowl, by, I can see her. She has a YouTube channel. I'm not going to think of her name right now. She crochets and she knits. I think she does a business where she does cardstocks and stuff too. It was in Ohio, I think. I can see her. I can see her. I could tell you things about her. And here's how you can wear it down. Anyway, I made the Outlander cowl. I've talked about it. I've showed it on here along with where to find the pattern. It's on here in my channel back a ways. Way, way, ways. Maybe the first year I was on here. If not, it's definitely in my YouTube. Not YouTube, I mean Instagram. And oh, I just loved making that. And I love watching her channel, and I can't think of her name right this minute. Anyway, I'm so sorry. As you guys know, I haven't been watching channels for a while. I can see her face. And I wear up around my head to cover my ears and stuff, and it's still plenty enough to come down here. That hood would be perfect for me because when I get really cold out, that's what I want is close around my head, and then that's it. I don't like wearing hats, so a hood would be perfect. It's loose enough, but yet close enough to keep in the warmth. So now we've got Pretty and Puff set. This set will keep your toasty with the frigid winter days come racing in. Made with the side Plymouth, the same kind of yarn, Plymouth yarn. Margaret Hubert is designer. There's the hat. And here is the matching scarf. So it's a hat and scarf set. I just don't like hats. I don't like things that close on my head. My hair would just always not, because my hair is always so thick. And here shows you how this hands out. Next, we have a North by Northwest set by Wendy C. Brown. This reversible set with its spiraling stitch pattern is almost hypnotic. The double layer texture draws you in, inviting you to try it out with your most special yarns, whether they're tonal, solid, self-striping, hand-painted, or variegated. There's the hat, and then fingerless mitt. Closer. There you go. But yeah, hats always, and even now when it's thinner, it just hats tangle my hair. So I just have a problem wearing hats. I mean, I do, like when I was younger and I went sledding, I wore my hats. If I went out with my daughter playing in the snow, I wore my hat. Otherwise, I didn't wear hats very much. Now this, I saw it on the front, and just like, I would love to make this someday. This is the mulled wine poncho. The only thing I wouldn't like is the turtleneck part, except for it's loose enough. Like, I love mock turtlenecks because you can pull them away from your neck and they're not on your neck. This looks like it can be pulled away. This poncho celebrates casual luxury. Make one just in time for your holiday parties. A repetitive stitch pattern creates an all-over mock cable texture that pairs beautifully with the rich, alluring hue, and simplified construction makes this the perfect accessory to throw on over any ensemble. Now, I'm not one to like just one color when I crochet, but this looks beautiful in just this red color. It's made with Cascade Yarns 2020 Superwash Merino medium worsted weight merino wool yarn in molten lava. Look at that. That is beautiful. Although for me, I'd want it like in a hunter green. I prefer the green over the red, although I look good in red. I just don't like the color red. And you guys have heard me say that plenty of times. This is standing up wearing it, so you can see how long it is. Sorry, this is going to be a long video. I do want to show you the other one real quick. The Tyree cardigan. The drapey front of this cardigan enables it to be styled and worn in several ways. And this is made by Anastasia X. King Cold Chunky Tweed. So you need a number 5 yarn for this. So there's one her wearing it, holding it out. You see that all open in the back. There it is down here. Right here. It's just beautiful. It's a cocoon, it looks like. Is that the same? May not be the same one. No, that's not the same one. The first one was the Tyree. This is the winter warmth cardigan. It looks like it's made in the exact same color, which is why I thought, okay. So this is the winter warmth cardigan, which is more of like a cocoon. The simple construction of this cardigan makes it a joy to create, and it will keep you warm and cozy all winter long. Designed by Brenda Berg. A long cocoon that goes down longer than some of them do. I've seen short and long ones. And then here it is over here. Oh, and it's got the long. Now, the cocoon that I have has sleeves like this that go out wingy and then they come down into the very close stitch against your arm. I didn't think I'd like it, but I really, really do. And this is made out of Universal Yarn Uptown worsted medium weight acrylic yarn in the color Acorn. This is festive. The Kenora striped cardigan. Stripes, color, blocking, and a fun stitch repeat come together in a perfect combination in this easy to wear open front cardigan. I could see. I would love this. Isn't it gorgeous? Beautiful. Nice long cardigan. And it's made with a size 5 yarn. They use King Cold Chunky Tweed, bulky, and all the different colors that they have there. Jura, Sky, Use, North, East, and Banbakula are the colors. And this was designed by Sandy Prosser. And there is the back of it. Here we go from that really bright outside to it's starting to go down. And that was everything. Here is the last page. Tell me, what is your favorite thing out of this whole entire catalog? I have a couple of them. As you know, I love this right here. And is that the lights one here? I love that blanket. And I like that blanket too. And can be taken apart and done so many different things with it. And of course, I love the series with the little amigurumi, and I love the blocks, and I love the, you know me, I just love so many different things. Okay, now, I said 49 minutes. I'm going to hurry. This is what I got. And I also got the pattern for this, so I'm going to show you this. This is the Sleepy Baby Doll, I think, is I'm making this for my niece. And I don't have the picture to show you. I'll show it to you when she's finished so you'll see. She looks like the first baby doll that I ever got. And this is the one that I said I bought the pattern, and you could tell that it came out of the magazine. I want to say it probably wasn't from very long ago. And if I would have thought of it at the time, I would have found my magazine because I'm about 100% sure that I saw it in there. And I was like, oh, I want to make that. And then when I saw it again on the site, I was like, oh, I want to make that. Bought the pattern. Her birthday party was last weekend. I couldn't go. I was sick. So now I was hurrying up trying to finish it, but I have an order. Um, Somebody has consigned me to make. I'm making 8 hearts. And I just realized the one thing I don't, this heart pattern, and I had noticed it, and it really stood out to me as it's hanging here right now, is that this side is like a perfect poofy part, and then this side is just a little bit smaller. You make them separate. You make this first, and you finish it at about right here, and then you make this one, and then you start going around both, and it just leaves it to move the yarn back up. I moved it down to try and get the whole heart. The next one I have to stuff a little bit better. That way it doesn't look as bad. That way it looks perfect. But this way it just looked like it was a little wonky. And it didn't, the pattern I'm using is from Stringy Ding Ding. And it's actually, I think I have it right here. It's for Kaiwai, is that the name of it? Crochet Hearts pattern, it just says. But it's like a Kaiwai, is that what you guys call what they're called? But the hearts where you like animate the things where you put eyes and mouths and stuff on them. I'm not doing that. She just wants plain heart, so I'm not doing that. And then I added a hanger. So all I did for this hanger, I wanted to make it a little bit long. She didn't want a short one. She liked this one actually when I showed it to her. I did a chain of 30, and then I turned it over and I did a slip stitch and the hump stitch on the back of it, and then I attached it to the top. And it comes out looking almost exactly like the stitches in the heart. So I think it pairs up really, really great with it. I'm making these in different colors. I'll probably show you, I'll do a video of all of them if I have a chance once they're all done. She's coming on Monday to pick them up. I'll at least get a picture with all of them and put it up in my Instagram and on my Facebook. So yeah, there's those. And now book. When I got these, they were having a special if you bought an actual book or something, yarn, physical something that they sent to you, you got a free pair of their scissors. The foldable rose gold scissors, which they're clearancing out at $1.99. I have bought these scissors for the last couple of years. They're my favorite scissors. They're sharp enough, they're tiny enough, they're just all the things, and I love them. And I love they come with this little package. I would buy them 2 pair for, I want to say $4.99 or $5.99 when they were on sale. We're selling them at $3.99 a piece, or 2 pair for $6.99, but I would get them on sale. I just love them. I can't say enough for those scissors. They're just perfect. And they go through, they've gone through a couple different metal detectors when I've forgotten that I've had them in my pouch. Uh, like at the hospital and thing, I would never ever pack them on an airplane. I'd put them down in my luggage. But I got this, and I've been wanting to make puzzle balls. And these are the amigurumi puzzle balls, and they used to on Annie's have a regular puzzle ball pattern book, and they don't have it anymore. So I'm going to go and either look on Amazon, or I have found, and I can't remember the name, it may have been the person who designed these, but yes, Deidre, I don't know how to say her last name. I say Wise, it's Uys, Deidre Wise. I have looked basic parts and pieces. So it looks like she explains everything to you. Yeah, all the basics that you need to know to make these. Into, was that the first one? Basic, yeah, there's the basic parts and pieces there. First was the stitches that you would need. Figure it's got to be intricate in order for you to make all the pieces put together to fold them together correctly. I'll just show real quick, like what page here. It's like this is going to end up being round if I remember right, and then it's got like the 4 different pie pieces on it. And this is on the elephant. You can see because there's the elephant's legs and the tail coming out there. You can see the front part here. So all the basics on how that go together. And actually that may have been parts of the dinosaur too. Dexter the dinosaur, there he is. So here, little ones will have hours of fun assembling their new puzzle ball friends. I want to say it's like 3 or 4 different pieces that fit together. Trying to see if when I get to the end, if it will. There's one. One, two, okay, 3 pieces here. Here's the dinosaur in the pieces. And then you've got to put all those together to make a dinosaur. And then you have the elephant. I really like the elephant too. And I really like how they look in different colors and not just the one color like she's showing you when you make it. I like how his head can fold in underneath and when you need to push it through, I'm assuming, or push it onto that spot. My favorite, the giraffe. See, I love him in all those colors. I think he is so gorgeous. Say what she made him with here. Deborah Norville, everyday soft worsted medium weight acrylic yarn in Northern Lights and Snow White. Beautiful. So he just made it an amigurumi. One amigurumi nut yarn and then the Snow White for accents. And there's his 3 pieces there. And then Skilly the turtle. I know if you go to her YouTube, she has some of these. I don't know if it's the actual ones that are in the book or not, but she has some tutorials. Where's him and his pieces? The other ones she had laid out in their pieces. Has this piece, that's all one long piece here. And then the one that comes up in the middle. So I don't know if he's 3 or if he's just 2. He might just be 2 pieces. I can't tell. He's with his legs and then, yeah, I think he's just 2. He's the base here. And then he's the part that has the legs. Where did I see this? Showed that better. Here are the legs and the two that go together, unless it's two separate pieces here, and they go together to make that. I just find this so interesting. And then we have Brill the lion. And look at that. You have this beautiful white and gray lion here, or the yellow and brown lion here. And there's some of his pieces all together. I just think he's gorgeous. So, which one of these do you like? And would you ever be interested in making a puzzle ball? I was thinking of doing a puzzle ball crochet along, but just the round ball. But I only do crochet alongs if I can find free patterns. I usually buy the pattern myself, but I want to make sure that you guys can find the pattern for free. If you don't want to buy the pattern, you don't have to. So let me know. Is anybody interested in making a puzzle ball? Because I may actually think of doing a crochet along with that. Yeah, that is everything. We are just at an hour. Again, I'm so sorry, but I had things to explain to you at the beginning. If anybody has questions or anything, if you want to talk to me, send me a message. I would appreciate it. Um, yeah, I have, for those who might be interested, I did put my mom's obituary up in, it used to be the communication page. Now I think it's just called, it's not messages, but posts. I think that's what it's called, posts now. So I do have it on the YouTube. For those who belong to my group, I posted it in my group as well on Facebook. So I did post it in the places where you guys could find it if you would want to look at it. Totally up to you. But I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully sooner than later. I have missed you, and I need to. Ooh, it's 3:37. I need to get the room made for my crochet along today. Remember, you are always invited on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I do uh, Crochet Corner, or it's also called Creation Corner, I think. I call it, my husband and I just call it Crochet Corner. Um, but Creation Corner, because you can knit or crochet or whatever you want to work on, really. I know I have a plastic canvas piece that I need to start working on soon. But just get together and work together. Whatever you feel you can work on while talking. I know each of us usually have patterns we cannot work on while we're together because we cannot, something that needs a lot and a ton of counting. I do work on some amigurumi. I will be working on my hearts today to get those done. And yeah, I hope to see some of you today. I hope to, which you probably won't see this until after today is done anyway. But for those of you who've never been there before, I would love for you to come in. For anybody who wants me to email them the information to get into the room, I can do that every week. I have people that I email and they can get into the room, usually on their own. Sometimes I still have to let them in. It's wonky sometimes, and I have nothing. I can't do anything about that. But I can send you an actual invite to your email if you let me know ahead of time. Or I just put the link up in the room every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I try to remember to go in and delete out the weeks before. And then once a week on Mondays, I have Creating for a Cause, I think might be the name of it. But again, you can knit or crochet. That's when I usually make the toys that I make for Meow Mission, or if I decide I'm going to make for somebody else. I used to call it something to do with Meow Mission, but I've changed it now because there are other things that I'd like to make and donate as well. So Mondays, which is the third Monday, and that's from 2 to 4. And the ones on Tuesdays and Thursdays are from 5 to 7, and both of those are in Eastern Standard Time. So fit it into where you live. And yeah, that's the time. And again, the third Monday from 2 to 4, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays every week from 5 to 7, unless something happens and I can't make it. And I always make sure that I put it in the group. It may not be till last minute because, like, with everything that happened with my mom, and that there were some days I didn't know until last minute that I wasn't going to make it. So, but I try to give you as much time as I possibly can to let you know. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Oh, remember, you matter. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. And you are beautiful and you're gorgeous. And I love you all. And I will see you soon. Later.